And we're back after the Super Eagles lost against Madagascar in Nigeria's final group game in the 2019 African Cup of Nations. My name is Solomon Fowowe and this is Guardian Sports. We're going to be doing a post-mortem of events that came out of Alexandria Stadium and what went wrong in that particular fixture in Nigeria against Madagascar. It was a 2-0 loss and Dennis is here to tell us about it, about things that went wrong in that particular fixture. Hi Dennis, or is it good to have you?
Same here, Solomon Fowowe.
Well, you predicted that Nigeria was going to be winning with a very slim margin. I'm sure you would have been disappointed with that particular result that came out of Alexandria.
First and foremost, I would like to say I'm disappointed, and then I'm disappointed, and I'm disappointed again.
Whoa, 3 disappointments.
Yeah, 3 disappointments because I didn't expect the Super Eagles of Nigeria to fall that low to Madagascar, who were considered as one of the whooping boys of the 2019 African Cup of Nations.
Well, that was pre-tournament predictions for some people.
Yeah, and then you look at the result, and then you want to say that the result of the game further heightens the conversation that Nigeria has far gone away from their normal tag of being the giants of Africa. Right now, Nigeria are no giants of African football anymore.
Well, you could say they're no more giants of Africa, and that's due to the result of that fixture. But still, they've sealed qualification into the next round, and they're going to be playing either Cameroon or Ghana. But back to that game against Madagascar, what did you think went wrong in that fixture? Gernot Rohr made some changes, or was it Mikel starting in the middle? I'm not sure, I'm not the analyst here. But what exactly did you think went wrong in that game?
Now, Mikel starting the game was not what was wrong.
Okay.
I don't think anything was wrong in terms of player selection for the match.
Okay.
But what I think was wrong was the players' approach to the game, in the sense that they went into the game and thinking that they were playing minnows, forgetting that they are no longer minnows in African football. Because if you consider the first match that they played against Burundi, you want to say that it was very surprising to see a Burundi team, get so tough at the Super Eagles of Nigeria before they even got the 1-0 victory that scaled them through. And then you want to make a case that, the Guineans are a better opposition even than the Burundians.
Okay.
And then, going into the game against Madagascar, you would have thought that, with your 2 eyes closed, and then you wake up the next day to see maybe a scoreline of like 4-0, 5-0.
I think like you're alluding to, that was part of the things that was wrong in that game. The very fact that they probably got too confident in the sense, you thought it was Madagascar going into that fixture, and with our eyes closed and probably with few changes to the side, we're going to be getting that victory, but it didn't come. But we're looking at that. Madagascar got their goal very early in the first half. I think it was in the 13th minute. And between the 13th minute and down to the end of the game, Nigeria still couldn't muster anything. In fact, it was Madagascar that got the second goal. Do you think Nigeria has a scoring problem?
Now, Nigeria has a scoring problem. That has been established right from the beginning of this competition. And not just a scoring problem, but then there is a very big problem in the middle of the park.
Okay.
Because I do not understand how we will have a creative midfielder like a Mikel Obi in the team, and then a striker, a proven striker like Odion Igalo, will struggle to get...
Sorry to cut you, Dennis, but many people beg to differ on that tag you just gave to Mikel Obi. Now, you called him a creative midfielder, but many people are dying to see him not remain in that team, especially when it comes to him playing as a creative midfielder in that particular setup.
If you are coming up with that sort of argument, I want to also differ that the argument is coming rather too late, because you want to consider how previous and then subsequent Super Eagles managers have been playing Mikel Obi in that creative midfield role.
Okay.
I do understand that Mikel Obi started his career as a creative midfielder before joining Chelsea, and then Jose Mourinho wired him to be a defensive midfielder. And returning to the national team, oftentimes and on, we have always been trying to play him in the creative midfield role. And you consider the role he played in the 2013 African Cup of Nations, which Nigeria won. He was playing in this same role.
Yeah.
And then looking at going into the ember periods of his career, I think it's a very late argument to put up right now that is not Mikel Obi's role.
Well, yeah, you say it's not Mikel Obi's role, but some people will tell you that since there is an Alex Iwobi in that side, he should have come into the game, or probably should have started the game, because looking at the numbers all through his career, you would see that he has not been a consistent enough provider of starts that back up the idea that he is a creative midfielder. But we're going to be moving away from that and seeing the changes that Gernot Rohr made in that side. Do you think it was it was changes a little too much that upsets the balance of the squad?
Now, yes, there is a case for that as well, because but the superior case to be made in that is how well the team gelled during their training sessions.
Okay.
Because like I said in our previous show, that if it was not broken, you don't fix it. Because if you consider the performance of these players in training and then you think the best fit for a defensive duo would be a Leon Balogun and a Kenneth Omerio, why don't you stick with that and then not allowing Madagascar to taunt you like that? 2-0 for Nigeria, it's unpardonable.
Yeah. Dennis has said it's unpardonable, but we're looking forward now. We're going to be playing either Cameroon, Ghana, or maybe Benin Republic in our next game in the round of 16. And also, we've fallen in the parts where we probably will be facing Egypt. That's in the knockout stages. So what do you think Nigeria is going to be doing? Do you think Nigeria should set up differently? What changes do you think Ross should be making in that game against who we are going to be playing in the round of 16?
Now, in terms of changes, you would not really talk about changes in personnel.
Okay.
Because there are really no so much great players that the Super Eagles has that had not played so far in this tournament. You know, you talk about great players like Wilfred Ndidi in the middle of the park. You talk about Alex Iwobi, you talk about Mikel Obi, you talk about Odion Igalo, Ahmed Musa, you talk about Daniel Akpe, you talk about even Ezenwa Ingo. You know, I do not think that there is an exceptional player that is still left on the bench that will come in to change the dynamics of the team's performance going forward. Rather, the team needs some psychological touch. The team needs to be psyched up to perform better, because you know you have a wishy-washy performance against Burundi. You replicated the same kind of performance against Guinea, and then against Madagascar you just showed that you are very inconsistent. You cannot face the Pharaohs of Egypt with that sort of performance and not being whooped by the likes of Trezeguet. They have Mo Salah, they have everything going for them, and at this point Nigeria cannot afford to take chances.
Well, it's still not sealed if we're going to be facing Egypt, because if it does happen, that would be in the quarter-final stage. But I'm going to be putting you on the spot now. Do you think Mikel should start Nigeria's next game?
In terms of player selection and then Mikel Obi starting in the middle of the pack going forward, I feel it's a dicey one, and then it's answerable in two ways, depending on the sort of formation that Gonodro decide to play the team. So if he's going with a 4-4-2 formation, which means we'll be having 4 players in the midfield, then Mikel Obi can have a chance. Because in that sort of formation, you have Wilfred Ndidi do the normal cover-up he's been doing for the defense, and then you have Ogeneka Retebo do the dirty jobs he's known for, and then Mikel Obi stays in the midfield. He stays, he doesn't move, and Alex Iwobi does the free roll thing that he has been doing.
So if I get you right, you're talking about a diamond with 2 people at the front, a diamond involving Ndidi, Etebo, Mikel and Alex Iwobi playing in the hole behind the strikers.
And then the second option I'm looking at is if Nigeria plays a 4-3-3 formation. In that 4-3-3 formation, Mikel has no chance, because we have seen over time that although he is aging, and in the same way he has been losing a lot of pace in this game. So if you're playing a 4-3-3 formation, it means that Etebo and Ndidi stays in the midfield while Alex Iwobi stays in front of them.
Yeah, plays behind the defender.
And then it means that Nigeria will be playing 2 players on the wing. It's either Ahmed Musa and Chukwueze, and then obviously we have Odion Igalo in front.
Interesting take there by Dennis, who has given us his thoughts on what went wrong in that match between Madagascar and Nigeria. We're going to be here for the preview for the round of 16 between Nigeria and God knows who. But we're going to be playing against the runners-up in Group F. That's the group that has Cameroon, Ghana, Guinea-Bissau and Benin Republic. So make sure you stay tuned to the best of content on Guardian YouTube channel, and make sure you turn on the notification for you to get all of it right in your inbox. Thank you so much for coming, Dennis. It was a pleasure really having you. Big pleasure. So that's it. That's all we have for you today on Guardian Sports. My name is Solomon Fowowe, and thank you for watching.